baby's been here 3 months already, and finally I'm able to put together this nursery tour video. So I'm excited to show you what we were able to design for Inaaya's nursery. Anybody who loves that royal princess theme, I think will appreciate some of the details that we were able to put together. And in case you're interested in any of the items that you see here during the tour, I'll be sure to detail the names of the companies and websites and links down below so that you can follow up and maybe grab some of these items for yourself. And we can't give a princess nursery tour without seeing the princess herself. Yeah, Princess Inaaya is in her bassinet, about to take a nap. Yeah, but too excited. During these first few months where we would want the baby closer to us in our bedroom, in fact, overnight, this Moses style bassinet has been really great. It's on wheels, so we do use it during the day if we need her to nap in different rooms. It even comes off of the stand in case we ever want to use the basket on its own. Of course, a princess nursery cannot be complete without a big golden crown over the crib. So I want to share some of the details about how this is put together. We found this beautiful antique golden crown online, and it's about roughly about 22 inches across, something like that, and absolutely stunning. It's a really great size. You can't even miss it in the nursery, and it was just a perfect addition to put over the crib because it's probably what a princess would have over her. What we were able to do was purchase some tulle material from the fabric store, and because it was white and blending in with the wall, I went ahead and wanted to add something to it. So pretty little golden bows that my mother and my husband actually applied. I remember the last few days of the pregnancy, because I had to have it my way and they wanted to be as accommodating as possible. So they did a fantastic job applying the bows, and now the tulle doesn't blend in with the wall and it just stands out, and it's really pretty and not overbearing, because the whole idea was for the crown to stand out. Holding the tulle together are these things that are for curtains. They're finials, something like that. And they're also antique gold. So again, I will list the different places that something like this can be purchased. The crib itself, I definitely wanted something grand because it's a large nursery. I would say almost like more than 3 times the size of a standard nursery is important for the crib to be grander looking. So as you can see, there is just some beautiful curves and thick panels that go onto this crib, nice and beautifully fit for a princess. So this beautiful light coral bedding, which looks a bit lighter than it really is in this video, but it's really pretty. There are flowers, and it's accented with a bit of ivory and gray or silver trimmings. I preferred it to be golden, of course, but I thought it was okay, and because in the end it was difficult finding crib bedding that had the amount of frill that I wanted, and so I was excited to find this one. And it also comes with a really nice skirt, and because of the crib, you can't even see the skirt too well. I suppose on a standard crib you might see it better, but later when this railing comes out, perhaps we might be able to see that more. But that's the really pretty bedding. Now, one thing with the crown, you definitely want to make sure that you hire a professional to install it. It is not the lightest thing, and so you don't want to put your baby at risk at all if you're not comfortable with how it's installed. What you can do is pull your crib off of the wall to be safe. And although mine is professionally installed and I'm confident with it, when the baby's in the crib, I actually do pull it out. And so you can do the same for your peace of mind. Here on the other side of the room, just opposite the crib, we had a lot of space. So adding a daybed in here made it such a practical way to do a lot of things. First of all, as you can see, baby Inaaya is just lounging around on her daybed. Hi, honey. Yeah. So this is where she can safely be propped up with her cushions, and I'll talk about where some of these cushions are from. But first of all, the daybed itself, you'll have to agree, is just absolutely stunning. There's a lot of nice things about it. First of all, the curve, so the unique structure of the daybed. There are very few like this out there, and so when I saw this one, I had to have it in here. It has a sort of what do you call a headboard. So it has a headboard which is sort of a tan color, so it's neutral enough that it works in here. I wish I had some crystals or something like the crystals on the headboards of some of the rooms in our house, but it's plain, but that's okay because as you can see, there are some really nice curves and unique shapes within here, including the arms that kind of slays down. And it fits a standard twin size mattress. And so other than just lounging around or having a place for maybe someone to sleep and or cuddle with the baby, this daybed we use sometimes to change her. We went with a daybed option instead of a high changing table. I find it to be safer to sit there and change the baby rather than stand over her, keeping the baby so high up off the floor. And so it's just a beautiful addition to the room. And what I have over the mattress is a fabric that I purchased at a fabric store because I wanted the perfect type of light coral pink. I couldn't find anything already ready-made. You certainly can't get fitted sheets and such in this color. So I found some fabric, and my mom, of course, was able to sew it into a fitted sheet essentially, so it fits beautifully onto the mattress. And sometimes I change it out, but usually I like this one. I think I'll purchase another one and I'll have another set made so that one doesn't ever get ruined because I just love it that much. It's nice and soft. And the cushions that are on here are all from Bouclair actually, so I'll mention that in the comments. One great feature is the trundle here at the bottom of the daybed. So the trundle gives you a couple of options. You could either put a mattress down there, but we really didn't need or have a need for a mattress or somebody to sleep. So instead, and I'll just open this up. Instead, this opens into a great storage area. So what I've done is stacked up some diapers and wipes. So what we've done is, we've been able to stack up diapers and wipes, and we're running low on wipes, and some toys for the baby. So it's a great way to store some essential things. And eventually, if we instead want to use it for a mattress, we could just take some of the inserts out. And there's a spare large diaper bag in there as well because there's lots of storage at the back. So I found it to be very practical and elegant in this room. So love this daybed. Above the daybed, I have two shadow boxes, and you might notice that there are ballet outfits. This is Yasmin, my eldest daughter's ballet outfit that's in there from when she was younger, and so I thought to put that up and purchase another little ballet outfit for Inaaya whenever she's ready for that. Maybe we'll pull it out of here, maybe not. And there's some space in the middle for probably some photos that we had done, and I'll get them put on canvases, and I think it might be a good place to display pictures of baby Inaaya and maybe even baby Yasmin. A great place to put beautiful pictures of the baby. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Here's just a wider look at the side of the room. And beside the daybed, we have our diaper genie in like a powder pink color. First we bought white, and then I was blending way too much with the walls, which we kept an ivory color just because we didn't want the walls to be overbearing, so we kept it neutral and allowed all the other elements to pop, including this little table and a little basket where we keep washcloths there. Good to keep that handy. Yeah, I'm gonna add some notes. In the middle of the room, there's a plush powder pink rug that really grounds the room. It's nice. It was a really nice way to bring the color onto the floor. And I was really excited to find this rocking chair in a similar pink, and it comes with an ottoman that also rocks, and we've used it a number of times, so very, very thrilled to have this in the nursery. And a very handy white table that was very difficult to find, but I found one that I liked to go alongside the rocking chair. In the center of the room is a fireplace, of course, something that we wouldn't be using much or at all, but it's a nice feature to the room. And on the mantle are a number of things that are just a lot of fun to look at, including some photos done when I was just 6 days old, pictures with her big sister, the family, and Grandma, who was an incredible help, and a picture of the princess herself. Surrounding the photos are some canvases, and Yasmin, Inaaya's big sister, who is very artsy, was able to put together these glitter crowns and tiaras, 4 different kinds that she did using glitter and glitter glue and paint, and she hand drew some of these, and I think it's just a great way to use this space. This wing, if you can see, if the light catches it, is also glittering. In fact, it was a hook, and it was a raw wooden object, which we were able to screw off the hook and add some glitter so that it's a great way to add a center point to the wall itself. So I was happy with the way that turned out. And as you can see, there are 2 windows on either side of the fireplace. So my goal for the window coverings was to have something whimsical, kind of very Minnie Mousey, but royal at the same time. So it was tricky finding the right panels, the right color, but we were able to do that, and I purchased 3 sets. You know, each set had 2 panels, so 1 for each of the windows, and then this is kind of shaky. Let me hold that. 1 for each of the windows, but because I wanted a matching valance, I purchased a 3rd set and took 1 panel each from that set and stitched it into a valance. My mother stitched it, of course. So when she's in town, there's no need for me to use any of the other skills that I, probably should develop further, because she's always willing. I'll give you a closer look at the curtain rod. Is also an antique gold color, and these finials also antique gold, and that's exactly what was holding the tulle material over the crown that we saw earlier. But very happy with those. Again, I'll keep links below. in case you're interested in adding those details to the room. This part of the room is maybe the best because it is where all the princess dresses and clothes are kept. We have two wardrobes, two armoires rather, and we've divided them up. I'll show you inside in a bit, but these are white. They came with regular knobs, but of course we had to switch them out with these crystal knobs, which really makes these into a more elegant feel that you want in a room like this. Above each of them you see is a diaper castle and some baby blanket cakes and diaper cakes. If you saw the baby shower video, you will recognize these as centerpieces. We had many of those, and I kept a lot of them because I think that it's a great addition to the nursery. I have some anchoring the room along some of the floor lines, but these are my favorite three up top, including the castle, which I absolutely love this castle. So let's open up the first wardrobe. This is Inaaya's party wardrobe, and she has her party dresses and party shoes lined up, ready to go out, and lots of love from family and friends who really were the ones to purchase these dresses and these beautiful shoes. Michael Kors, Kate Spade, she's got a bunch of these, and hey, at that age, I certainly didn't. And the second one is for more casual, everyday wear. The ones on the left are washed and things that she does wear, and on the right are still tagged. It indicates for me that they are not washed and need to be before the baby wears them. And some baskets holding some of her everyday items, including socks and hairbands and such. And these units have 2 drawers each, so lots of opportunity to get organized. In the corner, of course, we have a musical owl and the camera for if we need to step away, which maybe in the next few weeks or month we might be able to do as she reaches above 4 months. Right now we don't leave the baby alone though, but when we are ready to, there's a camera in place for that. And lastly, we did have some consideration for lighting in this room. It's a larger room, and so we didn't want to have it lit up entirely the whole time. So pot lights with different switches allow us to play around depending on what our need is. And you see the one above the crown there is taken out so that the baby doesn't have the light in her eye at any time. But the best lighting of all is, of course, this beautiful chandelier in the middle of the room. And if you notice, there's a whole lot of pink crystal in there. Now, this didn't come this way. The chandelier actually came with really plain, ordinary, clear crystal. And so because of the shape and the style, I thought it would be perfect with the pink crystals. Daddy went through a lot of trouble getting a hold of these, and now they're much larger and all pink, including the chain above. And I think it's just the best little chandelier that we could possibly have wanted for this room. Well, that's about it for this nursery tour. Let me know what you think. If there's anything and any questions you have about the items in here, please write, and I'll do my best to write back. I know I love watching these videos, and I thought to create one of my own. So again, let me know what you think. You know, there are much nicer nurseries out there, I'm sure, but we're happy with the way this turned out. But if you're thinking that, hey, it's, you know, you see things in here that you aren't in a position to be able to purchase for your baby, you know what, all of this, it really doesn't even matter. Just spend that quality time and bring up your princess, so that one day she understands that all of this is just frill and it's for fun. My first daughter 12 years ago, you know, we were in a much different position, financially and such, and so she had I wish I could show you pictures, but she barely had space for a crib in the room she was in, and she didn't have hardly any of this. But you know what? Today we're able to provide things for her that actually matter. And so I hope you enjoyed watching this. If it motivates you to want to pick up similar things, awesome. But if you just enjoyed watching it, thank you, and let me know what you think about the items in here. Daddy and I worked real hard, and I'm sure baby Inaaya later, when she sees this video, I hope she appreciates the details that we put in there for her, just like you're about to possibly do for your little one. So bye for now.